Is water baptism the outward show of an inward work? Is it a public confession? No. The New Testament never teaches that. The Bible tells us that the Philippian jailer, who was keeping guard over Paul and Silas while they were in prison, was ready to kill himself after that they began worshiping and the Spirit of God opened up the prison doors and broke the chains off of everybody. Imagine what he was thinking would happen to him by those who employed him if he would be found out to have been on duty while those people maybe escaped. But while he was willing to kill himself, Paul and Silas called him and said, "Don't do thyself any harm. We're still here." And then he came rushing to them and he wanted them to preach to him. And so they began preaching him about Jesus Christ. And he must have been told about water baptism because he wanted to go out of the prison with the prisoners, far worse than just being on duty and them escaping. He would be an accomplice and get baptized in water. If he would have done it publicly as a confession, that would have gone against everything he was trying to do in secret by going out in the middle of the night. And he wouldn't have even bothered risking his life if the prisoners had just escaped, for him to be able to go out with the prisoners and be caught publicly. But it was very important. And Paul and Silas didn't think it was unnecessary for him to risk his life like that. They thought it was necessary and they encouraged it, and he did it. Furthermore, the Ethiopian eunuch in Acts chapter 8, he had nobody in the public to confess to. It was just him and Philip, and he'd get baptized. And by the way, he had to believe that Jesus Christ was the Son of God before Philip would baptize him. So babies or infants are not baptized. And it wasn't by sprinkling, because they both went down into the water and Philip baptized him. Otherwise, Philip would have leaned over, got a little bit of water in the cup of his hand and sprinkled him. But that's not baptism. According to the Bible, baptism in Colossians chapter 2, verses 11 and 12 teach us that God does an actual invisible work, not the preacher lowering the person in baptismal waters, but God removes the body of the sins of the flesh. Acts 22 and 16, Paul was told to arise, get baptized, and wash away his sins, calling on the name of the Lord. Nowhere is baptism just an outward show of an inward work.